Say hello to Techtober in August, because we're already getting more invites coming up. As yes, right after Apple sent their iPhone invites, you knew Google was going to follow right after. Samsung's possible sales strategy for the Galaxy S24 series could be very different and focused on the phone's chip. And what if the next iPads are actually the tablets you should be considering buying, which means wait it out. I'm Jaime Rivera, and yes, this is day -1 or -2 of IFA 2023. It's weird to have to be waiting with all these embargoes of a ton of cool stuff. This is Pocket Out Daily. The official news today are at the end, so for now let's talk about Apple since we have new details about the future iPads provided by none other than Mark Gurman. According to his new report, Cupertino will unveil the biggest upgrade to the iPad Pro since like 2018. 2 new iPad Pro models will launch in the spring or early summer of 2024. There'll be an 11-inch and 13-inch model, both with OLED screens, which will be an upgrade from the current LCD and mini LED panels that we have on this current generation. Gurman also added that both models will use the M3 chip, which Apple is expected to premiere with the Mac refresh later this year. The team in charge of the development is currently testing the new models under identifiers J717, J718, J720, and J721. The company will also bring out a new Magic Keyboard with a bigger trackpad, bridging the gap to the MacBook even further. And speaking of MacBooks and OLED displays, we heard a few months ago that we could also expect some OLED MacBooks by the end of 2024. But now we have contradicting rumors claiming that we should expect them on 2027. And yeah, that's a 3-year delay, which in turn contradicts the micro LED possibility that we heard about. I don't know, we've been hearing about that for years, so stay tuned. Now let's move on to Samsung since we have some pretty interesting rumors about the Galaxy Z Fold 6. And yes, I know the Z Fold 5 launched just a few weeks ago, but we're already getting our first set of leaks for its successor. Ice Universe shared a short video and a few images of the prototype for the upcoming foldable, which showcases a big redesign compared to Samsung's current flagship. The prototype features a flat cover screen, just like the rumors we are expecting for the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Ice also mentioned that he believes the Fold 6 cover display on the S24 Ultra will feature the same mid-frame and Radeon, as well as the same overall aspect ratio. If this ends up happening, it would be a big step back from the company's foldable devices, and it's also worrying because everything points out to these huge bezels that are actually also coming to the S24 Ultra. I mean, unless Samsung is doing this to innovate with its micro LED technology, it's hard to get the purpose here. For reference, Ice reported that the S24 Ultra will feature a 6.78-inch AMOLED display with a Quad HD Plus resolution and 19.5:9 aspect ratio. All this said, a ton of us are hungry for some Z Fold redesign, so stay tuned for that, because I'll take anything at this point. But wait, let's stick to Samsung because we now have to talk about the latest reports about the Galaxy S24 Ultra, which are pretty interesting. It's been reported during the last couple of weeks that the Korean company plans to use an Exynos chipset in certain markets, with Europe being the possible victim. Yes, I know my European friends hate Exynos. However, a news source claims that Exynos will only be featured on the base Galaxy S24 and Plus model. On the other hand, the S24 Ultra will feature the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy in all markets. This change could make the gap between the base and Ultra models even bigger, but then it's also a pretty interesting sales approach. Now, as for the rest of the specs that will be next to the chipset, we have some good and bad news. The good news is up to 2 terabytes of possible storage, and I don't even know what you're going to need so much for, but I'll take it. However, the bad news is the base memory variant apparently will be 8 gigs and then 128 gigs of storage, meaning that it would, I don't know, have 5 storage options. Though I take this with a grain of salt since Samsung pretty much already graduated to double the base storage. Even though on not all models. And I mean, it could be that the company is considering a different base price point, which I'm hoping will be more aggressive. We'll see about that. And finally, for the most interesting news today, let's talk about Google, since we have a date for their next event on which we expect the Pixel 8 series. I mean, they pretty much say it on the invite. The company announced that their next hardware event will be on Wednesday, October 4. Like last year, it's taking place in New York City at 10 a.m. Eastern and will be available for everyone to watch on YouTube and the Google Store website. And moving on to leaked information, the porcelain and white version of the upcoming Pixel 8 Pro was spotted on the Google Store for a brief period, which shows us yet another confirmation of its design. The image is not the best quality, but we can appreciate the updated unified visor and will allegedly house a 50 megapixel main camera, 64 megapixel ultra-wide, and 48 megapixel telephoto module. The cameras are next to the LED flash and the infrared temperature sensor, which is expected to allow users to measure their body temperature by pointing it to their temple region for a few seconds, and I know this is like 3 years late. So yeah, we're more than a month away from this event, which is so interesting that they announced it right after Apple sent their invites. But yeah, I already sent my confirmation. We will be covering this event live in New York. In today's question, let us know, what are you most excited about in this new Google Pixel event? Because obviously I'm excited for the Pixel 8 Pro and whatever they bring, but I'm curious to see what they do with the watch, because I really wanted it to be larger. We have no leaks other than it's going to be the same thing, but that's just me. Leave us a comment down below. We'd love to know your opinion. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on PocketNow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow us on social media, so our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles to see me debate the obvious. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.